What do Rene Higuita's scorpion kick and Yannick Bolasie's flick have in common? They're both moves that are inseparable from the player themselves, hence the name signature moves. Instantly identifiable, let's take a look at 8 more of the greatest signature moves in football history. We covered Lionel Messi last video, so this time it's Cristiano Ronaldo's turn. From the step over to the knuckleball, there are some strong contenders for his most famous move, but how can you give that title to anything other than the Ronaldo chop? Back in the day, this move was just called the heel chop, with Pelé himself being one of the first recorded examples. The Ronaldo chop lets you quickly change directions, leaving defenders going the wrong way and giving you space to keep up your attack. And with the pace of prime CR7, the move was used to devastating effect.
But you know about Ronaldo? Ronaldo could play for Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, anyone. Doncaster Rovers and score a hat-trick in a game. I'm not sure Messi could do it, because Ronaldo's got 2 feet, quick, great in the air, brave. Messi's brave, of course. I think Messi's a Barcelona player.
And you talk about mindset. I don't know a stronger, more determined, obsessed player that I'd share the changing room with, because he was just phenomenal.
Players like Ronaldo Nazario, Denilson, and Quaresma also use this move, but it's hard to argue anyone was more productive with it than CR7. Next on the list is the Rabona, a technique that can't really be attributed to one person, but if I had to pick, it would be Eric Lamela, the man who scored 2 wonder goals with it. The Rabona is a technique of kicking the football where the kicking leg is crossed behind the back of the standing leg. It's a move particularly useful for those with one foot significantly weaker than the other. A good example is Angel Di Maria, who heavily favours his left, so in a situation where he would need to use his right foot, he can just wrap his left foot around instead. First performed by Ricardo Infante in 1948, the first recorded example again comes from none other than Pelé in 1957. And in the 1970s, Giovanni Roccatelli popularised the move in Italy. All 3 of these men walked, so Eric Lamela could run. He scored 2 Rabona goals while at Tottenham and won the Puskas Award in 2021. Now onto a more subtle move. We have the Toni Kroos shuffle, one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. His signature move is a lot like him as a player. Low-key, but incredibly effective. From the middle of the park, his job is to dictate the tempo and retain possession. One of the reasons he's so good at this is because he's impossible to press thanks to the Kroos shuffle. It doesn't look particularly impressive at all or difficult on video, but it is. The timing of his touch is impeccable. He waits and waits till the opponent is sure he's going one way, then glides past him the other way. It's remarkable how he makes it look like he's just playing against bad defenders with how slow it seems. And of course, Toni Kroos is not the fastest footballer out there, but his mind is quick. His anticipation and touch completely open up the game for him, and there is little use in pressing him. Johan Cruyff once said, "Playing football is very simple, but playing simple football is the hardest thing there is." And Toni Kroos embodies those words perfectly.
És un jugador que és d'una efectivitat impressionant. És a dir, tu pots comptar més 60 partits a la temporada, i aquests són els físicament forts. Molta gent pensem que els físicament forts són aquells que corren més o salten més o van enrere més ràpid. Però igual juguen 20 partits i estan 3 mesos lesionat. Ell no lesiona mai. Juga amb calor, amb fred, amb pluja, amb vent, en totes les circumstàncies sempre està disponible.
From Real Madrid to Barcelona, we have Andres Iniesta and La Croqueta. La Croqueta is a great skill when it comes to manoeuvring in and out of tight spots, and since you don't give much away before the execution, it's hard for a defender to read. The move was initially pioneered by Danish icon Michael Laudrup.
So I use it as a movement to get forward, to get past my opponent, but in the same moment to get forward. Because one thing is to, in 1 against 1, to make the dribble, but if you stay there, the opponent will be there, will still be there. So I use that, and then I've seen that other players who then used it. Well, Iniesta has been fantastic with this one, but also other players younger than me, they have used that to get forward, and sometimes even players who are not fast, when they do it fast, they actually look fast. And I think Iniesta is a great example. He was not a very fast player, but he looked fast because he was a fast thinker.
The reason this technique was given its name is because it mimics the fast movements chefs make when tossing batter from one hand to another to create a croqueta or croquette, and Andres Iniesta certainly did his fair share of cooking with this move. Next up is Thierry Henry and his fake shot pass, often faking out the cameraman more than the defender. This move could be described as all sizzle and no steak. Regardless, it's an entertaining move made famous by one of football's greatest.
Dummy, or I don't know what this is. I pulled my hamstring watching Thierry Henry try to pull that off.
What's this? What's this? Oh, that's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous from Thierry Henry. Different class. Oh.
Another great to never win a Ballon d'Or is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, whose ability to volley a ball from any angle or height has never been replicated. His acrobatic scissor kicks have become a trademark of his, and despite being 6'5", he is also incredibly nimble. A background in martial arts is often raised as one of the reasons for the striker's unique athleticism, having been awarded an honorary Taekwondo black belt during his first stint at AC Milan, and Antonio Cassano can vouch for that.
Sì, però sempre nel cuore della Sampdoria.
Questo è il
Well, there's a long ball through, and
oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal I have ever seen on a football pitch. Incredible, incredible Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
You've got something to talk about tonight, folks. You've just seen a stunning goal from Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Another move Ibrahimovic was fond of was the fake shot, but he didn't have the finesse of the ever-elusive Riyad Mahrez. Again, he didn't create this move, but he definitely mastered it. In his career, Mahrez and his shot feint have sat more people down than a preschool teacher. There's a term in Australian rules football called selling the candy when you fake out an opponent, and to me, that's exactly how you describe what Riyad Mahrez does. In his prime, he was one of the worst players to come up against as a defender.
So for a guy coming to England, I say with that stature, with that frame, with those attributes, but not the physicality, it appeared, but obviously the mind, to be able to come and then to elevate, elevate himself and help to elevate the team is one of the great transfers in not only in African footballing transfers, in Premier League, it's in transfers. £400,000 in terms of value for money, he's the best.
Lastly, we have another man renowned for his skill, Andres D'Alessandro, and his signature move, La Boba. Labelled as one of Maradona's potential heirs by the media, and by Maradona himself, D'Alessandro didn't live up to the hype, but at least he's got a cool signature move. La Boba roughly translates to the fool, and involves a slow ball roll to draw the defender in, followed by a quick exit. And that wraps up part 3. Let me know what your favourite move was, and thanks for watching.